Start.
So, hi all. In today's DT video, we are going to see about scheduling algorithms. First of all, before seeing the DT of any scheduling algorithm, we have to know what is actually scheduling and what are the things happening inside the scheduling. Scheduling is nothing but we are going to speak about the process which has to enter the CPU, and this duty has to be fulfilled by the process manager. It is the full authority of the process manager. Like he has to pick any process and he has to allow the process to enter the CPU. And once the work is over for the particular process, and it has to be reallocate, and one more process has to enter the CPU. So based on this scheduling algorithm, we have normally in operating system we have 4 scheduling algorithm. That is the first one is FCFS, that is first come first serve, and next is round robin. In short, they will say as RR. And what are the other one we have? Priority scheduling we have, and shortest job. So these are only we have 2 types like preemptive and non-preemptive. So the major scheduling algorithms are these. Okay. So in this DT video, we are just going to incorporate this DT design thinking framework into the first process. I mean, first scheduling algorithm called as first come first serve, that is FCFS. So among you two, who is going to explain empathy? You know, like you have 5 phases in DT, that is empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and testing. We will be seeing this first 3 phases today, that is for this scheduling algorithm, because we don't have the provision for testing. Just we can explain as an example, and we don't have what was it? The testing part can't be done for this particular algorithm. So who is going to start empathy?
I'll be starting about the empathy pattern, and I'll also continue to explain about define. So first of all, what is empathy is that we need to go into the customer's shoes and understand what are the problems they are facing. So by facing these problems in OS, we get to know about these scheduling algorithms, and we are making use of it. So the first thing is that we need to understand the tool, and also there is a need to bring out these problems and solutions in order to overcome these obstacles. So the first point is we have to look into the end users. So we need to see that the frustration caused by the slow or delayed process that is not allowing them to accomplish their task. So we need to understand that, and according to that we have to give the solution. And also we need to gather the feedback. What are the feedbacks they are or their opinions that they are producing, in order to where we can just understand the problem and give the solution. And the third point we have to understand is that the developers, apart from the other persons, the developers need to understand from the customer side, and they need to gather the prior information, and they need to opt for the proper scheduling algorithms. And this will allow us to gather the meaningful insights, and it will allow us to face the challenges and bring out some of the best mechanisms to overcome. So first, empathy is that we need to understand the problem from their side and bring them the solution. So the second part I'm going to explain is define. So define is what is that? We need to see or analyze where the problem generally arises. So the first most important thing is that the problem may be achieved through the unfavoring or gathered insights, or some of the insights which we don't feel like we need to bring it into the consideration. So when these problems arise, let's take an example in operating system. So when we need to accomplish some task, when there are multiple processes waiting in the order to accomplish their task, we cannot allow all the processes to accomplish in the same time. So we need to, there comes a waiting state. So these are the terms: waiting time, turnaround time, and all these average time. These are the terms used in the scheduling algorithms. So when these problems arise, we, as you told me, there are generally 4 types. The foremost important 2 things discussed is first come first serve and the round robin scheduling. So in first come first serve, we need to understand the priority goes to it. So we have to understand where the problem arises, and according to that we need to assign the solution. So this is all about the fundamental.
So speaking about empathizing and defining out the problem, I guess one of the easiest method to apply for that is the concept of first come first. So in a queue, when the first process enters, not regarding about the priority, because priority is not being regarded here. The first process which enters will be executed first, and also the last process which enters will be executed last. And for example, if the first process consists of waiting time, say for example 45, and the second process has like for example 5 as the waiting time, and the arrival time of first process is 1 and the arrival time of second process is 3 minutes. We have no exemption, but we have to implement the first process first because of the concept first come first serve. And here this may be seen like a drawback, but it is one of the most easiest and the effective method, and it